Okay, hello everyone, and welcome on ArchiDiaries for the fifth interview in our ongoing live interview series that has been titled as Technology in Architecture and Design 2.0. I'm really glad to share that for our fifth interview today we have with us Mr. Krishnendu Mukherjee. He is a project principal and managing director at Buro Happold, India. Krishnendu, welcome on ArchiDiaries and thank you for joining with us.
Thank you.
The today's interview marks a kind of a shift from the kind of interviews that we have done so far. The focus of today's sort of presentation is going to be more on the technology and building engineering front. So the title for today's talk that Mr. Krishnendu has chosen is Technology and Building Engineering Design. In order to generate a more nuanced discussion on the basis of Mr. Krishnendu's presentation, we have also invited architect Hitul Mistry. He is beam lead at HCP Design Planning and Management Private Limited, Ahmedabad. Hitul, thank you for joining with us. You are mute, I guess.
Thank you.
Thank you. So please allow me to introduce Mr. Krishnendu and also Hitul. I'll start with Mr. Krishnendu Mukherjee. Krishnendu Mukherjee has 30 plus years of experience in building services MEP and has been involved in projects of several types and scales in various countries, including UAE, France, UK, and India. His varied experience in all facets of the MEP design and construction process has provided Krishnendu with a unique and sound understanding of the complete MEP design and construction cycle. Krishnendu, as a project principal and managing director India, is now leading and managing Buro Happold Engineers' multidisciplinary engineering business in India. He is a dynamic leader with integrity, respected by clients, senior management, and team members alike. Please also allow me to introduce Hitul. Hitul Mistry is an architect by education with 20 years of experience in emerging technologies and its integration in the field of architecture, design, and delivery process, and has extensively provided BIM services to the AEC industry across USA, UK, and Asia. He has also developed advanced SaaS platforms to assist in large-scale projects. From 2006 till 2021, Hitul was associated with Access Studio Incorporated as Senior Vice President Operations, and recently he has joined HCP Design Planning and Management as BIM Lead. So without further delay, I would like to invite Mr. Krishnendu to share his presentation, and Krishnendu, over to you. Thank you so much.
Okay, thanks for your nice introduction. So can I share my screen?
Yeah, please.
You can see my screen?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay. So, good evening, everybody. So, just to give you a brief introduction, that first, before I get into the subject, we belong to a company called Buro Happold, and today's subject is we are an engineering company. We do all kinds of engineering in buildings except architecture. So our focus of today's presentation is technology in building engineering design. I am Krishnendu Mukherjee. I am the managing director for Buro Happold in India, leading the India business, and I'm also a partner in Buro Happold. My background is, and I'm a mechanical engineer. So and I belong to my domain expertise is MEP engineering. But our organization does everything in engineering, which I will explain in a bit. So just to give a brief background, that we are a global multidisciplinary leadership engineering consulting firm, and we are a global practice. We have 70 partners, and we have around 1900 staff engineers, 24 major international offices all over the world. Our business, our areas of business is United States, United Kingdom, Europe, Middle East, Asia means Southeast Asia, and India. So we work on two verticals. We work on buildings. In buildings, we do building structures, structural engineering. We do building environment. Building environment is MEP, mechanical, electrical, plumbing. We do specialist consultings like facade and all. And we also do cities master planning. So where the architects do the architectural master planning, we support them with engineering master planning. It could be infrastructure master planning, mobility, flood, sustainability, that kind of work. So when it comes to specialist engineering, so in specialist engineering, we do facade, we do security, fire engineering, smart space, acoustics and all. So we do work in different scale. We work on single building projects. We do campus kind of project where there are 8, 10 multiple buildings, and we do at a city level also, like a township and all. And the sectors that we work on air and rail, commercial, cultural, education, science and technology, sports and urban development. In India, because of the market, most of our business is in the commercial segment. When it comes to commercial segment, we include residential projects, hotel, office, mixed use, all kinds of project comes under commercial. We do full design, concept to tender design, that is called cradle to grave. We do construction phase assistance, peer review, value engineering, client representative, and specialist engineering. Now, I will not, because of there's a shortage of time, so I will not talk about what we do globally, and I'll mainly focus on India. So in India, we are working in India since we have established in 2008, 2009. I was the first person to join this organization. And in last 12 years, this is our clientele. So most of the top tier developers, leading developers of India are our clients. Lodha, Piramal, Godrej, Omkar, Supernova, Supertech in Delhi, South India, SAS Infra, Embassy, then My Home, RMZ, Prestige. These are all I think most of the people who are involved with real estate, they know these are all leading developers in India, and we are working with most of them, almost of all the people except the red ones, the Kalpataru, Shell, Oberoi. These are the people we are in various stages of discussion with new projects, but we have not so far worked. But rest of the names that you see, they can speak of themselves. They are all reputed clients, and most of the projects are large, complex, tall, iconic projects, and we are involved into this. Most of these projects we are working with. I think most of you who are architects can correlate all these names. These are HOK, Benoy. With all these people we are working, and this office is working with them in multiple projects in India. It's HOK, Pick of Freight, MEC, Foster's Partners, UHA, KPF, Callison, all these people, SOM, we are working on multiple projects. And in India, the local architects that we are working is SSA, PG Patki, Kapadia, Hafiz Contractor, DSP, and all. So the geographical spreads of our projects are, we initially have a big office in Mumbai. So most of our projects were centered in Mumbai. We are doing projects in Delhi, some projects in Delhi. Ahmedabad, we are the peer reviewer in GIFT project. We are in panelist of GIFT projects. Now we have expanded our business in South India since November 2019. And you can see since 2019 end, we have all the top tier developers of South India in Bangalore and Hyderabad are already my client. We are already working with them. Be it My Home, be it Candias, Vamsi, Sriyas, Sumadura, RMZ, they're all my client. Apart from that, we are working in a multi-mode transport hub in Bangalore with the airport. So we have two offices, one in Mumbai, one in Hyderabad, roughly 150 people office. And Mumbai has around 140 people, 60 MEP, 40 structure. Hyderabad, we have roughly 40 people. Our next 2 to 3 years target is to be a 250 people business in Hyderabad, Mumbai, cities putting together. Our total turnover of Buro Happold Global is 2,000 crore. I will just quickly go through the projects that we are doing in India. If you see most of our projects, the things are, the specialty of the projects are they are tall, either tall or large or complex, and they are multidisciplinary. So in building segment, these are the projects which we have designed is completed, and they are at various stages of construction, some already completed. Top left, you can see Omkar 1973 in Mumbai, 300 meter tower, three tower, 30 lakh square feet, Foster's was the architect. We did the structures MEP design. In the center, it is the tallest residential tower. It was designed in Mumbai with Lodha developers called World Tower. It has been designed for 117 story, 423 meter. It has been designed and built till 85 story. It was designed and built on the premise that it will be 117 story. But now, because of civil aviation has come and put some restriction, so they are capping at 85 story. But the project is designed and built for 85 story. Peacock Free from US is the architect. And on the right side is Supernova. It is a 70 lakh square feet project in Noida, where there is a building, there is a tower. This central round tower is a 85 story tower. So, and that is supposed to be the tallest in Delhi, and the middle one is supposed to be the tallest in Mumbai. So these are both the tallest towers in India. We are involved in design. These are residential high-end mixed-use projects. Now about repeat clients, Lodha is one of our repeat client. We are doing most of their large, tall, complex projects we are doing. Top left, you can see these are 50 lakh square feet, 3 tower. The left one is I talked about the World Tower, which is 117 story design, capped at 85. The middle one is 60 story. The third one is 70 story. In the bottom, you can see bottom right is a six tower, 1 crore square feet plus building, 6 tower, 75 story. This one is a Trump Tower, and then the top is a 1 crore 40 lakh square feet township, 88 acre township in Thane. Again, Lodha, Hafiz Contract is the architect, and these are 1 crore 40 lakh square feet project. Around 50,000 people will be staying in this township. These are again residential, commercial. Again, Piramal is our repeat client. Most of these projects are designed by international architect. Top left is a 40 lakh square feet, 300 story, two projects, 2 towers. MEC is the architect, now taken over by SSA for the rest of the work. Then these are various projects. The right one is KPF is the architect. The center one is a 40 lakh square feet project in Thane, which is HOK is the architect. Bottom one is a 30 lakh square feet office building project. Callison is the architect, so and so on. Godrej is our repeat client. This is a project. This was the first project we did in Revit BIM. This is again SOM was the architect. We did structures MEP, 12 lakh square feet, 18 story building. We did structures MEP and architectural, obviously by SOM, and we did SMEP in BIM. We are right now doing another project, repeat project Godrej. It's a Taj Hotel. SMEP we are doing. WAT is the architect. I will quickly go through. This is 300 meter tall, 2 buildings with Prestige. Uma from Netherlands is the architect, 22 lakh square feet. We do SMEP. This is another OMA project. Prestige is the client. OMA is the architect. Office and hotel. Total roughly 40 lakh square feet in Bandra. This is I spoke about a while ago, Supertech. This is a 70 lakh square feet. The center one is 85 story building. We completed up to DD and then it has been given to the local. The building is, I think, 60% at the construction stage in Delhi. I will skip through some of this project. Amravati, we are doing diagrid structure. Foster's is the architect. We did design build with the spot structures. We did this project with contractor as a design build. The contractor was Sapurji and L&T. RMZ, we are doing a 60 lakh square feet project in Mumbai. It is a SOM is the UK is the architect. We are doing structures. It's a grade A office. Lodha Park, I spoke about a while ago. It is a 11 million square feet project. 80 story, 6 towers. One is Trump Tower, 7 acre land. This is in Parel. This is I spoke about a while ago. A 1 crore 40 lakh square feet project. Hafiz Contractor is the architect. 65,000 people will be staying there. 70 plus buildings are there, all 30 story plus. These are all large projects in 3 phases. Piramal, Birla is another client, 265 meter tall, 3 buildings will be there, 3 million square feet. Foster is the architect, mixed use development. We are doing MEP for this project. South India, we are working there since end of November 19. My home, we are doing this project, the central one. It is a 4 crore square feet, 13 building, IT development park. DPA is the architect. We are doing MEP infrastructure peer review. It will be design. It will be completed in 10 years. It's a 4 crore square feet, the largest commercial building project in India. The bottom one is a 2 crore square feet residential project, roughly 40 story. again my home, and we are doing the structures and MEP engineering for that. This is 80 lakh square feet project with RMZ, and SOM is the architect. We are doing MEP and structures peer review, MEP full design structures peer review for this project. SOM is the architect, again in Hyderabad. This is a multi-mode transport hub in Bangalore. We are doing the work here. It is engineering master planning support plus MEP structures. Bottom and this that is sorry, the bottom one, my MMTH, and the BIAL one is a 600-acre development. We are doing engineering master planning. Apart from that, as I am speaking, we are winning. We have won other projects which are all again large projects. Bhamsinam, we are got a project which is a 1 crore square feet project, 5-6 buildings, all 200-meter tall, a prime residential, branded residential and office building. In cities, we did, I can say, master planning. So Bangalore Airport City, I split 600 acre. We are doing civil engineering, utility, water resources, people flow, value engineering. We are doing another project, the Embassy Business Hub, 110 acre. We are doing civil, transport, water resource, utility, energy, waste management. Kempegowda International Multimode Transport Hub, I already spoke. This is we are doing in Bangalore. Runwal Garden, 110, 15 acre. Near Dombivli, we did civil, transport, water, utility, and so on. This is another 450 acre project in Embassy Bangalore. We are doing civil, transport, engineering, master planning. We are also, this office, our business in India is also involved in doing some work jointly with other offices. So this is a NEOM project in Saudi. Our guys are obviously not doing, few buildings we are doing the design, and the rest is done in other offices. This is Qatar Football Stadium, one of the World Cup football stadium. We are doing this work across 10 offices, and India office is also doing some part of that. The purpose is to do work together, do knowledge sharing. So basically they learn from us, we learn from them. So there's a knowledge sharing, and that is the purpose. Now coming to technology. So all these projects that we are doing, how we are using technology. Technology means not only working in 3D environment, not only working in BIM platform. Technology for us is many things. We are using multiple tools and technology in facilitating our design, because you can see all these projects that you have seen. These projects are the scale of these projects are huge. So they are large, they are tall, they are complex, they are iconic. There are multiple stakeholders involved. So coordination and accuracy is important. So how we are using technology innovation to add value and facilitate our design. So we are multidisciplinary, so we call this ingenuity. So what is ingenuity? Ingenuity is define the problem, understand the requirement, assemble all the specialists. So we have all the specialists in-house. It could be, the specialisms can be structures, MEP, facade, it could be IT, security, acoustics, so all the specialists putting together, and basically we interface with them. So this is basically the objective is to do integrated design. So in an integrated design environment, the design is as strong as the weakest link. So if one discipline is weak, it can spoil the entire design. So that's why this link is very important, that integrated design is something we give value. So interdiscipline design, so our interdisciplinary working inspires us to truly holistic approach. So we do not think about one discipline, okay, what structures, what MEP. It is a multidiscipline environment today, and integration is very important. So what the things that we are using? Obviously we use digital design, so tools and workflows. So how we use it? So there are drafting. So when we talk about BIM, so there is a model being created. So which is a drafting model basically. How the drafting model is created? On the basis of design calculations, which we call is an analysis. So design calculation, what is the pure engineering work we say, design, analysis, calculation, that we call is analysis. So there are multiple analysis modeling which are run by the engineers. So our engineers use various multiple softwares depending upon discipline, and they do calculations, modeling, and basis that they generate analysis. Then those analyses are then being transported to the BIM, to the Revit model, and then people start doing the modeling. So there could be technicians, there could be other engineers who are doing. So generally, so far how it is happening is that analysis modeling used to be run independently, and then the information is being transported to the drafting model. Now the effort is to put both drafting and analysis in single platform so that drafting and analysis is joined up. So how we can do? So this Excel, there may be calculations done in Excel. There can be calculations done in IS is a thermal modeling software. Similarly, there may be many other softwares. IS is a thermal modeling software for MEP guys. Similarly, there could be many other calculations done by our structural guys in different softwares. There are other specialist engineers that run. There are many other softwares. So all these are being connected with the Revit platform through some scripts, so that to the extent possible, these things are automated. So whenever there is a changes in any calculation and design, that gets to the extent automated and reflected in the model platform, that is the Revit platform. Obviously, it is not a final product because this is a work in progress, and continuous research and development is happening across our organization and across the world. So what they're doing is there are a lot of scripts are being generated, developed, so that it's a work in progress. So how the things are linked. So we are also in work in progress. I can say till today, maybe 30% of the things we have been able to automate. There's still a lot of work to be done, but there are many things what is possible. We are automating it so that the manual errors can be avoided and calculation, analysis, design can be linked or to the digital platform, the model platform, through script writing. So what that happens is, if you are doing calculations, etc., like if I do a cable calculation in electrical, there's a software called Amtech. If I do heat load calculation in MEP, it is an IES. Similarly, there may be other things, structures and now these are being through scripts, they are being automated and connected to the BIM model with the Revit model. And from the Revit model, we can then generate schedules, drawings. Drawings could be 2D, 3D schedules, cost estimation, everything, BOQs, everything. That would be a byproduct from the Revit model. So linking all these things, that is the objective. So load information, equipment information, everything can be automated, the calculation to be connected with the Revit, so that once you get the model from the model, the extract schedules, BOQs, cost estimates and drawings, which can help in our specifications and tender. We are using a lot of analytics and data, because today we are all hearing that virtual reality, etc. So wherever possible, we are using augmented reality, BIM, computation analysis. So this is what you are seeing is the crowd flow analysis. So this is called mobility. So there are software where we are doing people flow analysis. So we are simulating that how when any event, it could be any convention center, any project, how we do crowd flow analysis, so that we can do a proper traffic here, and then we can decide all the paths, etc., the design, so we can visualize it and we can design it properly. Similarly, through various script writing, these are all structure script writing through which we are automating our structural design. So that, and this can be simply in a visual way, this can be represented, so which we can understand. This is a project called Museum of the Future. We are doing it in Middle East. So this kind of simulations we can do. I mean, now these are some of the script how they run. I'm just showing you. So you can see in the bottom this is the MEP auto cutting hole. So through scripts, that the drawing is linked in such a way that whenever the MEP guys are putting any services in a Revit model, and if the structure is everybody is working in the same platform in Revit, the structures guys is doing his structural design, MEP is doing MEP design, but whenever a MEP services is passing through a structural member, immediately, I mean, because of this script, through the script connection, through the script writing, we are able to, wherever the MEP services is penetrating any structures member, immediately a auto cutting hole will be reflected there, and then we can go there and our guys can go there and size it so that nobody can miss it. Similarly, there are many things like if you put simple logic with that, fire sprinkler layout can be automated. Then wind load, then civil automating cutoff levels in cities that we can do. So these are all live script. I mean, these are all scripts that we have done in our project, implemented in project. These are all done through research and innovation, through our teams, through pilot project, working in projects. And then once something is developed, it is then being tested, tried, tested, validated by multiple offices. Once everybody validates it, and then we address all the shortcomings, then we use it in our projects. So you can see some of the, you can see, I'll give the, so you can see this is a, this is a structures MEP. This is a project in Mumbai we are doing with Birla. So you can see the final product. This is a walkthrough with all these things when you see, and then we do this, all this coordination, class detection. After that, we can run it through the clients. We can run through all of the stakeholders, and everything is coordinated. You can see all the sleeves. You can move around. You can see how the plants are going. You can see at the floor level, even the outdoor units, the sleeves, the cutouts, everything is coordinated. So this is just an example of this is an example of a service floor, 1.8 meter service floor. So the client was challenging us that, okay, I think normally people think, okay, that the MEP taking a lot of space. So there was a debate, okay, 1.8 meter height they have given, I said, oh, it's too much, you remove it because we have height issues. We did this coordination and we show it to the client that look in a service floor how the service is running. So that what it is easy that everybody knows, okay, there is no space is all efficiently used, nothing is wasted. And this is shared with the architects and the clients and in a real sense. So these are the outcome of when you are using technology. I think your visibility of the design is better. You know what you are doing, and you can see how the things are getting coordinated, integrated much before the project is actually built. Now, how you do technology? So as I told you that there are a lot of scripts are being done. With that, obviously you can improve our efficiency. At the same time, errors are reduced. And then once through script, then we can prepare that, and when we go to actually do procurement, the BOQs can be linked to the drawing. Now, how the BOQs can be linked? So once you create a model in Revit, from there we set up parameters, and from there we can build up the BOQ. So the BOQ is generated. It goes to for procurement, it goes to the contractor, and the contractor can bid for it, the price for it, the vendors can price for it, client knows what are the BOQ, and the BOQs can be, most all the items, if we put the right parameters, there is no items missed, and there is no quantity which is lost. Obviously, through all these things, we are doing a lot of benchmarking, right, across projects, this is like across hotels, this is across the commercial, residential. So through that you can benchmark multiple projects. So when you are designing a new project, you already have past benchmark, which is coming out of these things, and then you know that, okay, what the project you are designing, whether there is nothing, what design you are doing or nothing you are missing. This is in structures. So you can see through there could be the input can be available in CAD or PDF and Sketch. Now we have developed script through which this PDF input can be converted to parametric 3D geometry, and then that geometry can be used for structures run a model called ETAB model. So they can run this in the ETAB. So the script through the script writing. So we actually, though we are an engineering company, we actually have script writers within our office. Some are specialists who are into specialist writing and script, and some of our internal team is being developed who have the domain knowledge in structures, MEP and all. Plus they are being developed a script, so they know how to develop a script. This is another like a geometry. So if architects give you a Rhino model through script, it is being converted and it is being used for ETAB analysis by our structural engineers. And then again, multiple benchmarking can be done through all these things by year. So that you know that, okay, what is the kg per square feet or the rebar ratio, what is the concrete ratio, all these things can be benchmarked across project and used for future. Now we talk about, we are all hearing about race to zero. So we are talking about, I think many of you may be hearing net zero, then embodied carbon. We are talking, as we know, that everybody is having a climate commitment. So climate commitment is related to sustainability. Now in sustainability, a lot of technology is being used right from the beginning to ensure that the design is, energy efficient right from the beginning. So there are many ways, there are many tools through which, before a project is being conceptualized, when the architect works on massing, their massing project, the project massing, at that time you can run microclimate analysis and you can orient the buildings in such a way that you can maximize the daylight. maximize shading, maximize passive ventilation. So maximize all the passive measures so that your electrical requirement is minimized. Obviously, there has to be a trade-off, because if you maximize daylight, obviously it will more daylight will have some impact on the radiation part. So you can optimize that through microclimate analysis. So those are techniques through which you can do the microclimate analysis, so that right at the massing stage, when you are designing, you can rightly do the building orientation in such a way that you take maximum advantage of natural ventilation through the wind direction, and the maximum advantage of the daylight and the cooling load. So your cooling load requirement electrical is minimum. So through that we can do operational carbon. So what we do is through that, once we do that, then we can study, we call it EUI, which is called Energy Utilization Index. It is converted as kilowatt hour per square meter per annum. So building across building, we check, okay, what is on the basis of design, what is my UI factor. So obviously the UI factors, then we can work around, and the effort is, as we move forward, this UI value project after project should reduce, so that we move towards minimum carbon or net zero carbon at some point of time. Similarly, embodied carbon for the building. So embodied carbon could be for equipment also, for the building also. So right now we are focusing mostly on structure. So embodied carbon, we are doing a lot of study, we are doing a lot of modeling, so that in a project, obviously it's still in R&D stage in many places, so that you can right from the time that it is right now focused mostly on A1 to A5, which you say basically the material side, which is actually upstream vendor side. So how the material is being produced, and then raw material transport, it goes to the factory, it gets manufactured, then it comes to site. So how we can reduce the embodied carbon for that. So there are many methodologies. So we are developing carbon factor by using and then we are tracking it through our projects. So you can see there's a CO2 equivalent for multiple projects. We are doing a comparison. Right now, most of our projects, the rating is at G and H level as far as rating is concerned, but now we have to move above to bring it. So the objective is to reduce the embodied carbon as we move forward. Now there are some other technology that we are using. Before that, I will like to give you some perspective that still now, the design, when we used to design building, it was mostly building centric. The focus was primarily how can we improve the building performance, how can we reduce the kg per square feet in concrete, how can we reduce how can we have less, very efficient lean building with minimal kg per minimal concrete ratio, minimal river, then minimal electrical load, minimal heat load. So we were all focus was about improving the building efficiency. So that's why our design was super building centric. But what about the people who are occupying these buildings, be it office buildings, be it residential? What about people centric design? So I think many of you must be hearing, so now the focus is not only building centric design, you have to design a building which is people centric also. So the people who are occupying, their health, well-being and productivity is taken care of. So now onwards, the focus is parallelly building centric with that people centric. Now, how can you make it people centric? So to make it people centric, it is important that you have post-occupancy evaluation. So post-occupancy evaluation is after the people start occupying, you need to collect all those data that, okay, I have designed it for certain parameters, but how the building is behaving. Once we capture all those data, then those data can be then give a feedback to us to the design. So you know that, okay, wherever you have designed, wherever you have not gone right, and then so that we can implement in the future. So that's why, apart from building and people centric, we are now, the world is moving to post-occupancy evaluation, we call POE. So in a POE, what happens? The building design. So this is the design. So you can say on the right side is a design information, and on the left side, it is the actual performance. So design versus actual is being analyzed, and then you see, okay, where you have gone over design, over under design, and so that you can take it up. So till now, most of the design that we were doing, it was on the basis of our inherited wisdom. So analysis of design, data, parameter, etc. But with post-occupancy evaluation give you the actual building performance data. And that feedback to the design will be bridging the performance gap between design and actual. And this will help us in future to go to a closer to actual design. So post-occupancy evaluation is a very big thing now. So the move is now from inherited wisdom to evidence or data-driven design. So far the way the construction used to happen. So the design team is doing their design and then they pass on the information to the construction team. So when the things are moving from design to construction, there's a data loss. Now from construction, then the building is owned by the operation people. Again, the information moves from construction to operation and there's a data loss. Now, to avoid this, the way it should be and the way the world is moving, that from design to construction to operation to outcome, these are all integrated through a data lake. So all the data. So basically, like if the design team is doing the entire design is in Revit. As of now, today in India, after the moment the project goes to site, nobody use that 3D model. But that is not the way. Basically from design, the 3D model should go to the construction guys. Then the construction guys should use this 3D model to do his construction sequencing, to do his material, to do his program, everything. And once the building, he puts all those inputs in that Revit design model, which has been passed to construction from design. And then construction will then further hand over that model to the facility management guys, and the facility management guys will use it and they give the operation data. So that is the way the feedback loop completes. Obviously, it is at a very beginning stage. It is happening globally, right? But even not fully. But this is where the future, in next 5 to 10 years, that is actually going to happen. The one model which is being created, pass on to the construction team. The construction team will pass on it to the operation team, so that you have all the data available. So the future is going to be the data to decision workplace portfolio analytics, and some of this we are already doing in our projects. So I will say you, this is a joint venture we are doing with GE. So Vodafone, for their headquarter, I mean, they have appointed us and GE and we are working on a model for their existing office building. So they want to know whether the office that they have designed and they have built and they have been occupied now. So they wanted to do a post-occupancy evaluation, that whatever they have designed for, whether the actual performance is as per that. So GE has we are using, GE is bringing the sensors, and our team, Buro Happold we have a team called Smart Team. So we have a team and we have the domain knowledge. So we are working with GE. So GE's sensors are being put across the office, and then we are getting real-time sensors. Through the sensors, we are getting the real-time data, and then our team is creating various scripts to do the predictive modeling and see that whether the performance, be it energy performance, be it carbon performance, be it space utilization, whether the actual performance is close to the design. So that kind of a pilot project we are doing today, whether the carbon dioxide generation, CO2, improved CO2 level, etc. All these things we are doing as a pilot project. So that if we do it for one office, so they know, okay, how is the performance between actual and the design. So we know the gap, and then it can be modified if required, or they can take it care for the new projects. So this is called workplace analytics for projects. So you can see this is a real script, the way it writes. So it gives it obviously after the data is taken and the analytics is done. So on the basis of the analytics, they can generate all the data, multiple data, whether it is CO, carbon dioxide, whether it is occupancy, whether it's the inside temperature, whether it is the air quality, whether it is electrical power consumption, everything can be from that analytic, using the analytic tools and real-time sensor data. This is something a pilot project is getting generated, and we are investing in it. Obviously, Vodafone is investing in it. Now this is for one building. They are doing for one building. Now Vodafone has multiple buildings. They doesn't have one office. So that is called portfolio analytics. So now the next stage is they are saying, okay, you are doing it for one office. Now I have maybe 10 office, 20 office. Create this post-occupancy evaluation data analysis for all my 20 offices, so that at the click of the mouse, I can know that I can compare performance of building A versus building B versus building C. So it is an interactive dashboard. So that is the next stage. Now with Vodafone we are working. So these are the way the technology, the analytics are being used and going to be used. Right now it is very new to India, but this is what actually we are also talking to many of our clients, and maybe this year either with one or two clients we will be starting a pilot project in India too. That is called portfolio analytics. So this is something I mean what we are looking for. I think it is exactly 6:41, so I think 40 minutes I have tried to walk through, giving a quick glimpse. There are many more available, but I think for this kind of presentation, I think I have tried to give you just a walkthrough of what is happening, how technology is being used, how it is going to be used, and what are the things in development. So I think this is the end of my presentation. If you have any queries, any questions, I am happy and I will try to answer them.
Thank you, Krishnendu. That was really nice. You know, a lot of new terminologies, and honestly, the way it started, I mean, being the kind of projects, the scale with which you are dealing with, naturally you are bringing a lot of diverse sort of specialization into that. And so with that comes the collaboration, and naturally the BIM workflow is perhaps the most ideal sort of solution, definitely. But that more than that, I think couple of things that was really fascinating to me. I think just would like to say a few sentences before I think Hital takes it over. I was really fascinated by this entire computational design. You know, the way you said that, okay, you achieved your 30% goal of moving towards in that particular direction, because each specialization has their own software, and then they bring their data into the BIM model. Versus now you are saying that there is an integrated sort of manner in which everything is being fed into the BIM model itself. And that is happening with the help of scripts, with the help of computational design. And that was something that was new to me. And the last thing seriously blew up my mind, the portfolio sort of workplace analytics. I think it's a kind of a step that we are taking in the direction of big data, data analytics, and what slowly I think AI can do to sort of the field of large scale projects. Thank you so much. It was really nice. And I would like to invite Hetal to sort of raise some questions.
Sure. Thank you, Krishnendu, for very nice presentations and a very nice overall insight to the overall project and multidisciplinary work that you're doing involved in. So, India and also some of the international work that your team is part of those things. So definitely, my experience also say that I've seen this thing since last 20 years, when right from 2008 I've been working in the BIM platform and know how it is grown from a single company or single design team from the multidisciplinary design team, how they collaborate together and work on this part. So over a period of time, I've seen some challenges. So I would like to ask on this, how you deal with these challenges in terms of. So the first thing is like how you deal with the interoperability issue across the software, because that's the biggest challenge I have seen across. People are not fully all teams are not fully on the same platform, or they are not developing the model. At the same time, there's the architecture or design team who is already developing a different software and who are working on it. So, is there any major issue that you face while collaborating with this team, or your script part has taken care of that thing?
Hital, I think somewhere I am getting some feedback from you. Can you please repeat your question once more?
So my question is like how you deal with the integrations of or interoperability between the software, because the design team that uses a different software sometimes, and the architect and the MEP team or a facade team or a structural team uses different software. So how do you the interoperability between the softwares? Is there the script part taking care of all these things, because slight change or information loss in the overall transfer process is a big issue sometimes in a project schedule. So how do you deal with that?
See, I mean, obviously, how we do means, I mean, we are doing it. See, most of the projects we are structures and MEP engineering.
Yeah.
So the way it happens is, we obviously have a challenge in India, because the way it should happen that the model has to be built by the architect. Okay. Then the way it should happen is the architect builds the model, and from the architect's model, actually, then it goes, structures put their model into the architectural, then MEP puts their model, and then so first leading in this, creating this model is architect, and then followed by structures, then followed by MEP, and then other services. Obviously, the challenge that we have today in India is obviously with most of the international architects, all the international, not most, all the international architects are now Revit. They are working on Revit or some or other of 3D platform. There are challenges that in India there are many cases. I mean, we have seen that the architects are still not fully into that. They are not still yet. Many of them are not into fully Revit compliant because they have to see. This is what you are seeing today. It needs continuous investment.
Yes.
Now, when I tell you that I showed you all this script, the computational, for that I will tell you that I sit in my company's global board.
Mm-hmm.
So we as a company, we are investing. Every year we are investing a certain amount of money in softwares, in tools, in people developing. There cannot be any innovation or creativity with that. So that kind of thing is somehow it is not fully utilized. Obviously, some architects are using it, but some are not. Most of them are not, because we are working in manpower. So obviously that is a challenge. So what happened in that whenever if they are doing it 2D, because we have stopped working in 2D.
Okay.
We do not have any AutoCAD 2D license. We have stopped it last. So as a policy, so our guys are working anyway by default on Revit and 3D, and then what they are doing, they extract the 2Ds and they give it to the architect, coordinate. Sometimes we give the model, the architects read it, but they do not actually build an architectural model. So we are actually right now working in a hybrid mode, right? But ultimately, this is not going to go for. This is a transition phase. It's not going to go on forever. In 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. See, today, one time, there were Excel. People used to learn Excel. I mean, everybody, we all have learned, we have to learn Excel. Today, people passing out from the college, they know Excel.
Yeah.
So obviously, 3D platform is the way to go. So obviously, we believe 5 to 6 years. Now, clients are also demanding from everybody 3D. So it is going to change. Now, coming back to their question, how you do it, the ideal way is to have one platform. Now, I will tell you, in Buro Happold, we have created a platform like that called BOM, BHOM, BOM. Okay. So that is a platform. It is in that platform what we do. That is a platform we have created where you can use any software.
Mm-hmm.
Different services use different software calculation. That will be all, obviously, it is again a separate session it would need. So where in that BOM platform, that BOM platform it's basically a coordination integration platform. So multiple stakeholders can design in many 3D, but that will be integrated and coordinated in that BHOM BOM platform. It is a Buro Happold designed here. So that is the way we are addressing our design coordination within the engineering discipline. After we coordinate, then what is left is the coordination with only the architect, right? So that is the place. If the architect wants, they can also use our BHOM platform, right? We are offering it to some of our international architect colleagues.
Mm-hmm.
So far, not in India.
Yeah.
Obviously, that BOM platform is also under development. it has almost developed, 70-80% developed.
Okay.
So obviously, so that is the way forward platform where to coordinate.
Okay.
And once we do the coordination within engineering, that is our headache. Then it is left with only the coordination, the architecture. That can be, we can link it on the Bloom platform.
Okay. Yeah, that's all. Got it. So it's a separate team that you are investing in, and
it is not the separate team. So what happens is, like today, what we are using you can create something, right? By the domain, but domain knowledge is very important.
Yeah, definitely.
I can bring a IT guy and develop the script, but if he doesn't have the domain knowledge of structures or MEP or something, right? Then problem is, then there may be loopholes.
Yes.
So that's why what we are doing is, we have few script writers kind of guys, but ultimately what we are doing is we are on the job training of our domain experts, the engineers and the technicians. We are gradually building them on that. It's an ongoing process. So we started this 2-3 years back. Obviously that time people were all new, but today there are many of these domain experts. They have started developing some small scripts of their own. So maybe 5, 7, 8, 10 years down the line, we will not need any dedicated script writers. These guys will be doing, like today in Excel, you do not need an Excel expert in your office, right? So you all know how to link it and all that kind of thing. So everything is in the development stage, but as we keep on working, things will develop, and obviously everybody has to get into this flow.
Yes, definitely.
The people who cannot be getting into this flow will be lost. So that is the way the things are. That is what I am showing you is the trend.
Yeah.
Okay. Nothing is 100% perfect today, and definitely not in India. But I can tell you, we are pushing it with our clients. We are pushing in our projects. Right. Whatever you are seeing today in my presentation, they are actually taken out from the projects. It's not that something I have prepared for this.
Yeah.
Right. Actually this presentation I prepared only in half an hour in the morning. Today morning, okay, but how I did, because I have multiple things I pulled up from here and there, and then I connected it, right? So these are all from our live projects. So same thing will happen everywhere, and everybody has to come up to the speed.
Yeah, definitely. Once you develop your own model and the overall
exactly. Today, 5 years back, if you go to the client and say, "Oh, I'm doing Revit," they will say, "Oh, great, you are doing it Revit." But today, Revit that is not a USP anymore. It is a necessity.
Necessity, yeah, that's necessity. It's like also how to take care of BIM model which is developed at this stage, and now further transferring the same data to the construction team to forward.
Right. So this also we tried with one of our client tried. So we gave them the model. They tried to build the construction sequencing on that in India.
Okay.
One of my client, but it failed because it need, when the moment you put lot of information in the model becomes heavy.
Definitely.
So it takes a lot of time to move. The infrastructure is strengthened to that level.
Yeah, and all offices, yes.
Yeah. So obviously then and all offices. So I will tell you, I was working in a luxury cruise liner shipyard in France for a year. It is called Eczema, and those are luxury ship, means those are all 5-star, like you can say the moving 5-star. So I myself saw there are almost 1,000 or 1,100 engineers working in multiple design, right into that, and they were using a called microstation.
Okay.
And actually there was one central model which was being accessed by these 1,100 people. This I have myself seen, that these guys are all working coordinated. So everything you can see, okay, if somebody else's things is clashing your services, you can immediately identify it. I don't know, obviously they have that setup, right?
It's like cloud-based, now they have a cloud-based setup where multiple offices work on the same platform, on the same model, on different locations.
So in our company, we have now created that setup where in one single model, like I showed you this, this World Cup football stadium in Qatar. That was one model in our common server, and everybody was working on a real-time basis on that.
Yes.
So we have upgraded our system that way.
Yeah, and that system might have helped during the work from home scenario also, because
yes. So I will tell you that when this work from home started, in Mumbai. I mean, I can recollect some 25th or 26th of March 2020,
yeah.
and just before that 25th, we were not knowing when the lockdown will be declared, but we were working, and actually by 24th, all our people, including myself, we all moved home. We all have our computers, etc., and we have not wasted even a single days of production. I mean, we were all set up. Our IT globally worked very. I mean, they were actually working 1 month in advance, so everything today, I can tell you that our IT system is so robust now that people can work from home, work from office, work from because now that is the setup we have created. As long as they can access to our server, I mean, people can work out.
Yeah, just for them, this Lean platform has definitely given this best feature to work from anywhere, and also the centralized data environment that you talk about.
Right.
Common data environment.
Right. So today also my almost 40% people in the office, 60% are still working from home in India, and the same situation maybe in various degrees happening in other places of the globe also. But we are working on global projects, so that is the way we are working.
And just for how we are dealing with the international design team and how we
right.
Yeah, this was a bit insight of this work and normal design. One more thing is like, are the Indian team or Indian owners or the developers are taking interest in the model or information technology in the design team and take it forward for their operations and FM purpose? Is this model taking forward from one stage of construction to the FM operation stage?
So that is the objective. But in India so far, as I told you, that it has not even been taken over by the construction team as yet, because most of the construction people, I mean, I know that few of the contractors like and they are also like Sandai, Sandai, Samsung, they are trying to do it to some extent. So this has yet not been taken over by them, and then facility management is the next stage. So to answer to your question, nobody is doing it now, but that is the objective and that is the possibility, because otherwise there is no point. Because what is happening is, first of all, 100% of the architects are also not into the 3D. So first the design team has to be fully into that. Then it will go to construction. Then the construction has to align, and then so I think as we move forward, projects are becoming complex, right? Projects are having multiple stakeholders, right? Today it is not like that. It is only architect driven. Earlier things were, but today even there are landscape, there are security, IT, so many things happening, so many automation happening. Now people are getting into, that you must be hearing about ESG.
Yes.
So there are global funds are asking for ESG compliance, which is environmental, social, and governance requirement. So even like in good offices, the premises are being taken over by Amazons and all. So they are saying that whether you are carbon responsible, are you building a carbon neutral project? So to do that kind of thing, you have to control your embodied carbon, you have to control your net zero. So it needs lot of data handling, it needs lot of automation, sophistication, right? So obviously that is the way. Now whether it will happen in 5 years time, 10 years time, 15 years time, only it's a matter of the time. Otherwise it's going to happen. There are 5, 6, 7 clients who are thinking that ahead. Some people have already started working on that path, and we are in continuous discussion. So it is only as a matter of time.
When you say that all your projects are in being, when you hire new resources or our team members, you have a specific training program for them to jump into your
See today, so when we started, I mean, I show you this Godrej project where which was on my first project in BIM. It was 5 years, 6 years back. Not 5, 6, I think 7 years back. So that was the time. I mean, obviously that was the time whenever the people we have, actually they have to migrate from 2D to 3D. So we took them through rigorous training. Then we prepared. There was an exam sort of modules created for them, and they have been migrated. And after that, we are not recruiting anybody unless he's a 3D. He has 3D knowledge. Number one. Number two, obviously today our engineers are using the new engineers are using it. Obviously they are being trained, because so everybody is. Obviously initially we have to run a very exhaustive training schedule, but today it has to be getting into the flow. So people who are coming, they're already coming into a 3D environment and they pick it up as they work.
Great to as I have discussed that BIM is the future for all the AC industry is using it. As I said, that construction industry is behind compared to other industries in the field, but now construction industries have started using BIM or technology at a different stage and scenario, so they can integrate with the multiple operational designs and the construction process altogether. So I've seen a lot of projects, and I've seen that MEP firms are the first one to, even though some of the architectural design firms might not be using this BIM tool, but the engineering firms have started using it to the full extent, and that's great to know.
Yeah. See, all the international architects are working now, and that's why if you see most of the clients, most of the leading clients, the moment they understand the project is large or complex or iconic, they generally come to us because one, we have worked with them. If you see, most of my projects are repeat projects. If you see my projects and the clients, I think 60% of our work are repeat projects with clients. So obviously they have already worked with us, they know the experience and they know the way, so they are coming. Plus there's a large complex they come. Why they come is because of that multidisciplinary or the integrated disciplinary. Because they get, it is like a one-stop shop for them, right? They do not have to bother about engineering. The moment we are doing engineering, right, and we have single point responsibility. So the client do not have to go to different people. We have one or two people, and then they have to only coordinate with the architect. So that is where the merit is, the clients are saying. And obviously for small projects, they do not come to us, and we also are not, because we are not here to do volume business. Yeah. We are here to do because that is not our forte, and we can't add. Our objective is we do projects where we can bring value. And that is where it is large or it is complex, or it is, and that why we are saying, because we can do that integration, and to that is an ongoing process. You have to invest a lot, and you have to be using technology.
Yeah. Thank you, Krishnendu. You talked a lot on the BIM front, and there are a lot of interesting sort of on the technology front and the data analytics also. I think there was very interesting thing, and it was also nice to see how the computational design is being utilized to sort of in integration with the BIM. So and you talked about a lot of challenges also, and also in the construction industry and the execution side also there is a hesitance from the people to accept it. Also for me to sort of build the BIM model, the components, the product specifications, also the companies who are actually manufacturing these products also need to give me their product specifications in a certain kind of format for me to sort of use them in the BIM model. Are there challenges on that front also in India, where you want to use a certain product but there is no sort of
actually we have crossed that. We have crossed because the library part we have already crossed that. I think 5-6 years back. Today and there's no challenge for that. We get the because I have to create the library myself. The vendor of the product manufacturer will not give. So he gives me the details, and then how we create that library. So these are libraries. These are libraries which we are actually. Over the past so many years, our guys have created locally. So like the Indian team has created in India. There are some people have created some library in UK, some by the US. Now all these library, with the US library, UK library, India library, these are all available to us as a common platform. So suppose if a US guy want to do is working on Indian project, he can go to the India library and pull it out. Same thing, our guys from India, if it don't know some US, they can pull it out. So today, that is, I think we have crossed that path, and now we have no issues. We have all the library because we have already delivered so many projects.
Yeah, that's nice. That's at the higher technology side.
But yes, in the beginning there were things that there were plumbing pipes, etc. How we'll do that? There are people used to come to me. Okay, we have this challenge, that challenge. But then we have been able to cross that bridge now. Because we are into this for last 8-9 years, so so that part absolutely. See, and if you see, I am not talking much on the Revit side. I spoke more about the computational side. So I have actually speaking more about the advancement, computational, digital, analytics, and all. Because the BIM path, as far as we are concerned, we have already crossed that path. Today it is now into our ecosystem. Right, so that journey, because we are continuously working on 8, 9, 10 years, our guys have worked on multiple years. So we do not have any issues in that.
Just a last question, maybe if you allow me to, is on the portfolio analytics and the workplace analytics of the Vodafone case study that you spoke about. So there is a data collection that happens and there is an analysis. Now, how is that data sort of then further, goes back into the loop to generate further sort of, so that it helps in design decisions?
So here the way it is, it's a post occupancy evaluation. So you can imagine, so there's an existing office, right? So when in existing office, first you have to agree what you want to measure, right? Yeah. So obviously accordingly you decide what are the parameters you want to measure. You are like I am doing it in my office in Mumbai also. We have put all this. We have created a system and we have put sensors here. Now the office that I am sitting here, there's a CCTV. Okay, that is linked. Then I have occupancy sensor. So how many times in a day this conference room is used, right? All this data. Then carbon dioxide. Then PM 2.5, PM 10. Okay, temperature. So because in existing office, then occupancy sensor at the entrance, how many people are present. So all this data you can do that, and now we are doing it in my office in Mumbai as a test for my office, so that I can then ask, it is easier for me to explain the client and client can do. So in Vodafone, what is happening is that parameters have been agreed, that what parameters they want to measure. On that basis, the sensors has been selected and they have been put at a strategic locations. We do not manufacture sensors, so GE came into picture. So GE gave their sensors. But we are into analysis. So what we are doing is from that we are collecting all the data. Once we collect all the data, because it is every 20 on an hourly basis, daily basis, all those parameter data will be captured in the computer. Once it is captured, then you can create a analytics based on, you can prepare a graph, etc. on that basis. Then you can create that report, and then and parallelly what it was actually designed for, that parameters are recorded for the same, the parameters and the values are recorded, that this is what it was being designed for, this is what actual, this was the deviation or difference, and then it can be put forward to the client, look, this is what it is. Or client can also go and see, because it is a data, it is a dashboard. So we create a dashboard and we give it to the client. The client say, oh look, this is the dashboard. So he can go and see himself. And then he said, okay, I have prepared actually this 2 conference room. They are not actually getting too much used because this is the data. So actually people are not using this. So I can decide then, okay, remove this conference room and make it a collaborative space. Right, so that is a better user space. He has created 2 conference rooms thinking people will be using. If it is not getting used, so that kind of space optimization can be done in an office. So this dashboard will help him to is the feedback system. So dashboard will show him this is what it was designed for, this is what it is actual. And the difference between design and actual in various type. You can ask for graphs, you can ask for anything, and that basis you can design. Now this is for one office. Now if he has 100 office, he can replicate that kind of dashboard for every office. And then if that dashboards are interlinked, so like you, when you go to the banking system, you go to the bank website today, digital, you go to ICICI Bank, anybody, right? You go there, you go to the menu bar and you create menu, you go to this. There are hundreds of menus, so you can create that menu, and thereby you can compare performance of certain parameters, building A by building B. So building A may be more efficient than building B. So okay, so what is the problem in building B? Let us go much into detail. Like that.
Thank you so much. I think Krishnendu, it was really a very insightful presentation from Buro Happold. Thank you so much for showing us many sort of processes. I think many of them were actually new. I mean, of course, BIM is something that we have known, but in a large scale project, there's, inevitably you are going to get into that. But along with that, personally, for me, what was really fascinating is how the computational design is integrated to it. And then towards the end, the data analytics, and then how that sort of comes back and helps you in certain design decisions. So there are many levels at which I think you use technology, and that was something really fascinating. Krishnendu, I would like to thank you on behalf of the ArchiDiaries team for coming on our platform and sharing all this knowledge.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you, Hetal. Thank you, Ayal.
Thank you. And Hetal, thank you also that you gave your time. It was really nice. Thank you so much for generating the discussion. And I would like to conclude here by thanking the people who have joined our platforms, and just like to announce here that the last interview in this series is scheduled on this Tuesday. We have an Iranian architect, Farshad Mehdizadeh. He is going to be there at 6 o'clock in the evening on Tuesday. So I hope to see you all back on Tuesday, 6 p.m. Thank you so much for joining with us.
Thank you.